So, what if the next massive breakthrough in healthcare AI didn't come from some giant supercomputer, but from, say, the laptop in a local clinic? Well, Google just released something that could actually make that happen, and it completely changes the game for accessibility and, importantly, privacy. All right, let's start with the big problem, right? Modern healthcare is just swimming in information. We've got patient records, lab results, all those medical images, but actually turning all that data into fast, useful insights, that's a huge, huge challenge. And Google, well, they've come up with a really powerful new answer. But here's the twist. It's not another massive cloud-based system that only big institutions can even dream of affording. No, this is something totally different, something designed to work on a much smaller scale. So let's dive in. So Google just dropped a pair of specialized AI models. They're called MedGemma and MedSigLIP, and these have been built from the ground up, specifically for healthcare. They really represent a whole new way of thinking. So what makes them so different? Well, this is the crucial part. These tools are built to work right where the care actually happens, not in some far-off data center. They're open source, they're light enough to run on a local computer, and they're designed from the start to keep sensitive patient data secure. This isn't just a minor upgrade, it's a completely different playbook for AI. So what do these models actually do? Well, you can think of them as specialists, each with a very distinct job. Let's meet the team. First up, we've got MedGemma. It's what's called a multimodal model, which is just a fancy way of saying it's fluent in different kinds of data, both text and images. So you can imagine it reading a doctor's notes, looking at an MRI scan, and then putting it all together to draft a summary report. And its partner in crime is MedSigLIP. This one is the visual specialist of the pair. Its entire job is to analyze medical images. We're talking about classifying, labeling, and searching through thousands of X-rays or scans with unbelievable speed. And this gives us the perfect analogy to understand them. You can think of MedGemma as the thoughtful medical writer, piecing together all the context to create these detailed reports. And MedSigLIP, that's the lightning-fast visual analyst, just spotting patterns in images that even a human eye might miss. And if you want to know just how capable MedGemma is, get this. On the MedMQA benchmark, which is a really tough exam made up of real U.S. medical licensing questions, it scored nearly 88% accuracy. I mean, that's a performance that's right up there with human experts. But, the tech itself is only half the story. The real game changer here is how Google is releasing it, open and local. Let's unpack why that matters so much. It really just boils down to these three things. First, accessibility. A small rural clinic could suddenly have the same AI horsepower as a major hospital. Second, privacy. This is huge. Patient data stays put, on-site, not sent to the cloud. And third, collaboration. By making it open source, Google is basically inviting the entire global research community to come in, improve these tools, and build on them. There's a really great analogy for this. It's kind of like making the best textbooks and the very best teachers available to every single school, not just the elite ones. It's all about democratizing access, giving those smaller clinics and labs the kind of tools that were just completely out of reach before. And look, this isn't just theory. This is happening right now. Researchers are already using these models to tackle real-world problems, things like helping to prioritize urgent radiology cases, spotting those hard-to-see lung nodules, and automating routine medical reports. So what does this all mean for the road ahead? Well, it's a mix of incredible promise and some necessary caution. Now, Google is being super clear about this, and it's a really critical point. These models are not AI doctors that you can just plug and play. They are powerful foundations that still need to be rigorously tested, fine-tuned, and validated by experts before they ever get near actual patient care. Their real purpose is to empower innovation, but to do it safely and effectively. So think of them as a starting block, basically giving developers and researchers a massive head start in the race to build that next wave of life-saving medical AI. And that, right there, is the big takeaway. Powerful AI in medicine isn't just for the biggest players anymore. This really signals a major shift toward a healthcare AI that's smarter, fairer, and ultimately a lot more focused on the human right at the center of it all. And that leaves all of us with the most important question, doesn't it? The tools are now in the hands of so many more people. The real story starts now. As innovators everywhere begin to answer, how are we going to use this to truly transform the way we care for each other?